Something I've really noticed in recent years is that due to our excessively busy schedules, or maybe our perception of what we think it means to be an adult, we often lose touch with our creative spirit, or at least feel like our creative pursuits are in no way a priority. But today I want to talk about why we need to be getting creative as adults. In fact, why it's more important than ever, and the amazing benefits of doing so. So whether you are an artist who has lost touch with their creative passions, or you are a person who does not yet think of themselves as being creative in any way, I truly hope this video inspires you to connect or reconnect with your creative side. Now, if you're new here, my name's Nina, and what many people don't know about me is that before delving into the world of psychology, I was actually a professional dancer. So the first time I went to school, I was a dance major and an art minor. I spent about 10 years as a soloist for Walt Disney World, and I spent about 20 years owning a dance studio and being a dance teacher for adults. And what I learned from all of these experiences after working with probably thousands of people is that creative expression changes lives. It is a need, and when we actually fulfill this need, our lives change dramatically and in a very positive way. Our lives have more meaning, we're happier, we're more inspired and excited by life. We are less stressed, we're less depressed, we get to know ourselves better and accept ourselves more. And I really do think it helps us to see the world in an entirely different light. In fact, in nearly 20 years, there was not one singular instance that I didn't notice someone completely bloom when they started to express themselves artistically. And that doesn't mean that they always got the steps perfectly or they all became brilliant performers, although in actuality, many of them did. But it really was not about that for me. It was about seeing their inner artist start to peek out and them becoming more and more comfortable with themselves and becoming a lot happier in the process. Now, since then, I have learned that the positive benefits of creative expression are completely backed by research, and there are a lot of them, and they extend well beyond just being a fun diversion. The first one is stress relief, and as a creative person, this is a huge one for me. It is an unparalleled way to get your mind off of your worries and your anxieties and just focus completely on whatever it is you are working on. So as an example, one of my other passions is playing guitar, and this is how I de-stress every single day. I know that no matter what has happened, if I just pick up the guitar, I am going to immediately get pulled into a flow state, and I'll be able to immerse myself into music and completely forget about everything else that is going on. Regardless of what you love to do creatively, whether that be paint, sew, create new recipes, write novels, whatever it is, it just transports you to another world for a while. It's like putting the pause button on life for a little bit and giving yourself a much needed break from all the chaos. But what makes it better than just chilling out and doing something non-creative like scrolling on your phone for a while is that it genuinely recharges you and it gives you a sense of accomplishment at the end. They also offer us a chance for self-reflection. We get to know ourselves better, and these activities encourage mindfulness and help us to focus on the present moment. I know, at least for myself, it helps to kind of counteract all the mental chatter, and it keeps me from ruminating and catastrophizing. And research really shows us that creative expression can be a valuable tool for processing and healing difficult emotions, experiences, and even traumas, because they provide an outlet for emotions that might be too hard for us to express verbally. And this is why it's becoming more and more common to see art therapy and music therapy be real therapeutic options for many different mental health conditions, because studies really show us how healing these creative outlets can truly be. And something else that we know through research is that it has a bunch of cognitive benefits. It helps us to think outside of the box and to intuitively solve problems and to approach challenges from different angles. And believe it or not, when we engage in creative pursuits, it also helps to strengthen our memory and can even help to protect us against age-related cognitive decline, which is pretty amazing. But one of the most impactful things I noticed from working with so many people is that it really can can add meaning and purpose to our life and just make us feel a lot more alive, because we're not just going through our routines all day. We're not just on autopilot. We are taking time to do something just for us. We learn to push through our boundaries and to step outside of our comfort zone, and it really does make us a much more well-rounded individual. And ultimately, I also think it makes us a lot more authentic. We get to know ourselves a lot better because we spend time with ourselves in a very meaningful way. It ends up making us a lot more self-confident and genuinely boosts our self-esteem. And when we experiment with creative pursuits, we often find and cultivate hidden talents, so we can actually get good at doing something that we never would have expected. But even when that doesn't happen, it really doesn't matter because it is never time wasted. We get to keep all these amazing benefits regardless of whether we become a master violinist or a celebrated author. Embracing our inner artist really is a gift we give to ourselves, and it's an incredible form of self-care. And yes, every single person can express themselves creatively, even if we don't feel like we have any natural talent or any artistic ability whatsoever. So I really hope today's video inspires you to pick up your paintbrushes or your cello or your tap shoes again. And if you've never really engaged in creative expression, now is your chance. It is time. Just pick something that makes your heart sing and give it a try. You will not regret it. I would also love to hear what your creative passions are, so please take a moment and leave a comment down below. I look forward to reading them. As always, I truly hope you found today's video to be insightful. If you did, please like it, share it, and definitely become a subscriber if you aren't one already. I would love it if you stayed connected. I want to thank you so much for watching today, and I hope the rest of your day is extraordinary.